Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this video, we're gonna talk about the elements of a good drawing. Okay, so there are several elements, and actually we're gonna cover the nine of them in the next couple of videos, but in this video, we're gonna talk about the first one. Okay, so the 9 elements right now, just so you know, is the clean lines, that's one. 2 is line thickness. Then it's spacing. Then number 4 is placement. Number 5, shape proportion. Then number 6, shape sizes. Then number 7, line angles. 8 is shading tones. And number 9 is curves. They don't have to be in any specific order. We just put them in this order and you can just learn and master them, and probably you are good at some, right? So in any case, in this first video, we're gonna talk about the first one, line, the clean lines. Okay, so let's check an example. The best way to understand it is with examples. So this is a drawing done by Precia, and she's working on a manga that can probably in the future become an anime. And as you can see, this is a great example of having clean lines. You can see, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that the lines are very carefully done for the hair. Every little single detail is done carefully. That is a clean line. The contrary of this is sketchy lines. These are sketchy lines. This is a work, one of the exercises done by one of our students. Now, this is looking good, but this is not clean lines. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with this. If you're practicing, it's okay to be doing sketchy lines, but you just need to know that at some point you have to master clean lines. In this case, this is a great way to practice sketch lines. And why does this look good? Because everything else in this exercise is looking good. The proportions, the angles, the sizes, everything is great. And the spacing, we're later gonna be covering all of them in detail. But in any case, it's looking good. Now, this is an example of something that doesn't look good. Look, this is done by one of our students, Basel. And you can see that the lines are not clean. Now, in this example, the student was purposely doing sketchy lines, and it looks good. But in here, this was not intended to be sketchy. This was intended to be clean lines. But as you can see, there are a lot of little details in there. Now, those drawings were done with a tablet, a drawing tablet like this one that I actually used for years and years. And it's like the graphic, the Intuos from Wacom. And it's this kind of drawing tablet in which you cannot see what you're drawing, but you have to look at the screen. So you're drawing in here, and everything is happening right on the screen in front of you. That makes your hand to be very imprecise, and it's very, very difficult to draw clean lines. So if you have one of these, I recommend you switch to pen and paper. Later, we're gonna talk about a little bit more about that, but it's not very good to have this because it's very hard. Like, seriously, Basel was trying his best and he was having trouble. You can see this, right? This is when he switched to pen and paper. Look how easy and smooth the lines are now. Why? Because he just switched from digital, well, actually digital using this kind of tablet, and then switching to pen and paper. You can see this, right? Huge improvement. Now, when you're doing clean lines, you don't actually have to have an incredible pulse, because I have a shaky pulse. When I try to do that in a single stroke, my hand goes, ooh, and probably that happens to you too. if that's the case, it's good to do like sketchy lines, but being really slow. Later I'm gonna, if you want, let me know and I can create a little tutorial on how to do this. But right now, you just need to know that you can go really slow and just make sure the line is going clean. For that, you just have to be careful and slow. Now, what happens if you don't have a good pulse and you try to do clean lines in a single stroke, but you don't have that ability or that talent or skill? Well, this is what happens. Look, this is what delivered by one of our students. These were done in a single stroke, but as you can see, it's not looking good, right? You can see the shaky lines. That's how I do it too. So actually, I can show you right here. If I had to do that, I would just go, that's one stroke, and then another stroke, another stroke. Look, I'm doing strokes little by little. Can you see? And trying to be going really slow and really careful instead of doing this, in which I'm not very precise in a single stroke, right? Right, and actually this software has a little bit of smoothness because it's not actually depicting all my my shaky hand movements. So in general, the clean lines is one of the elements of a good drawing. If you want to do sketch on purpose, that's okay. But if you're trying to do clean lines and they are not looking good, you just need to put a little bit more effort into that. So to close this video, all you need to know is that clean lines is one of the elements. If you want to draw sketchy, if you want to just do a sketch like this student did, that's okay. This is for practice. But you just need to know that at some point you need to master clean lines like Precia. And for that, all you have to do, if you have a trembly hand like me, then you just need to go very, very careful. And that's it. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about the thickness of the lines. It's very, very subtle, but a lot of people miss it. So this is something else you can look for when you're copying a reference. Okay? See you in the next video.